So I bought the electric bottle brush. I want to do an honest review, what I really think about it. I have 3 kids, so I've cleaned enough bottles to know whether or not this makes a difference. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed in what I found. This is a good product, but I honestly had thought it would be a game changer. So let's go over a few of the features of the product. So you charge it for about an hour and a half, and it has 2 settings. So it has like a high speed and then a low speed. As you can tell from the video, it does go really fast, so it does get your bottle clean, which is the whole point of the product. But I feel like you could do the same thing with a manual brush in about the same amount of time. It does have a silicone head, and it's easy to wash and keep clean. It actually comes with this cute little stand where it comes with the silicone head, something for you to clean the nipples, like a straw brush so that you can reach those places that are hard to clean in some of these bottles. And so yes, everything it comes with is pretty great, especially because some bottles are harder to clean than others. But my biggest complaint with this is that even if I have it on the low speed and I'm cleaning, and yes, as you can tell right now, it is cleaning really, really well, but I feel like the bottle always flies out of my hand or whatever I'm cleaning. Like I feel like it's a little too powerful, and it's constantly knocking bottles and all these pieces out of my hand, which means once it hits the kitchen sink, I have to clean it all over again. Maybe that's just me being OCD, but even when I put it on the low speed versus like the high speed, I find that it still does the same thing. It does get your bottles really clean, but again, I feel like manually brushing also gets your bottles just as clean. I think the disclaimer they were saying was that it cleans your bottles better than manually brushing, but I really couldn't tell a difference. They're about the same to me. And even when I timed myself, I felt like I cleaned my bottles in the same amount of time. There really wasn't a huge difference. I think the one good thing about this is that it can last longer than the manual brushes. So I switch my manual brushes about like every 3 months. I'll buy a new one. They're usually like $3 or $4. And this one I paid about $25 for. So with buying the bottle brushes every few months, it might last you just as long and cost you the same overall. But in the end, I really feel like it really didn't make much of a difference. If anything, it kind of annoyed me having the bottles constantly slip out of my hand, but I feel like that can be fixed. I feel like with muscle memory, and once you do it more and more, you're obviously, cleaning bottles every night. You're going to get the hang of it and have a certain way of cleaning them. So it's not like a bad product to invest in or anything, but I thought I was going to get more than I did from it. And I also feel like I actually use a lot of soap while using this product. I feel like I'm wasting tons of bottle soap. And that's what's really expensive. This bottle soap, especially depending on what brand you buy, I felt like I was going through my soap, like I was constantly pumping it. And I feel like that would end up costing me more money in the long run. Another thing is if you forget to charge it, it does take about an hour and a half to charge for about 70 minutes of runtime total. So there were nights, with my newborn that I would totally forget to charge it, and then the next day I would be having to switch to my manual brush. So it's just like one more thing you have to remember to keep charged. It is a good product overall, and it does its function, it does its purpose, it keeps your bottles clean. But to say that it keeps it in and cleaner than a manual brush, I don't think that's true. If you're trying to decide what products you really need for a baby, and you want to spend your money on something a little better, maybe a better car seat or stroller or whatnot, I wouldn't spend my money on this bottle brush, to be honest. This was not a game-changing baby product that I needed in my kitchen. As you can tell, I switched to the manual brush, and really, it's just doing the same exact thing. Now, something that does look like a cool game-changing baby product is that Dr. Brown's baby bottle washer and sterilizer all in one. Now, that is something I wish I had a few years ago. That looks like a pretty cool product. But yeah, just my honest opinion. And if you've had a different experience, I'd love to hear. This is a great product and all, but it's really not worth the money, in my opinion.